and to get to work with the engineers.
Yes. It's an excellent point. We have advisory groups in so many subjects. We sure could use advice on roads. Yeah. I want to move on to the question, this next question, written question. Issues related to municipal staff. So there are 4 questions here. First of all, fill us in on departure of prior CAO and was there a payment of tax dollars? I'd ask, one thing I should say right now, we're missing some key staff here. Our finance officer is on holiday, our recreation coordinator is in Victoria on a conference, and our 2 roads folks are unavailable today. So we don't have a full complement of people, but I would direct that question to Allison or Kristen or Brian.
Thank you, Worship.
Actually, one of the things that we said, we may not be able to answer all questions, and if we can't answer the full question, we will, and we'll do it on the website. But, sorry.
My understanding is there was some negotiations that did occur with the former CAO, and there was a negotiated settlement, which is through a legal aspect and is a matter of personnel, which council deals with in camera. And so there will be some funding reporting out on that through the financial disclosure forms that will come out later this year.
June 30th.
So that's where the answer will be when it comes public information.
A second question is, who determines the number of municipal staff? Bowen has over 20 apparently, while others, like Armstrong BC, have less than 10 for the same size.
You're right.
Your Worship, I should respond to that. It depends on where council wishes to go with their organization. And this is a brand new organization, brand new municipality that is currently doing an awful lot of setting of style and of organization. So therefore, you probably initially will need more staff if that's the council's direction they want to go. In the longer term, I would suggest it will equal out, it will level out. Armstrong is not a community of high growth such as Bowen Island. It all comes down to levels of service that your council has chosen.
They may also contract out more positions, like we use a garbage contractor. They may contract out more interdepartmental work.
We contract out too.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
How many do we contract out to?
Garbage services. We've just brought bylaw services in-house, as the mayor has indicated, at a cost savings, and that's effective May 15th. But I think as Brian pointed out, staff is a reflection of the level of services requested by the public and determined by council.
I think it'd be interesting to know the number of unofficial, of those that are on contract and those that are full-time. I would like to know the answer to that.
I'd have to come up with a list. I wouldn't have that information at hand right now. But
there is an organizational chart on tape on the table at the back there. If you want to have a look.
I think where you pointed back to the question was who determines? Council. Council makes that decision. Like the staffing is authorized by council. The actual hiring is done by the CAO. Council has one employee, and that is the CAO, and the CAO essentially manages all of their staff. So, but determining whether we add, sort of when we took over Winter Works from Capilano Services, that was a decision that came to council. Am I correct on this? Yeah. Another question, third question here. Current CAO is half-time. Is full-time required, or could the job be combined with the chief financial officer role?
Depends on level of service again. And half-time, 30 hours a week is not really half-time, 35 hours a week I'm doing it right now, depending on the given week, or whether it's a Saturday meeting such as this, or whether it's Friday and it rolls through the week on whatever day and whatever meeting council directs that I attend. So always can look at combining. The combining of the financial officer is very busy, the financial officer right now, in doing things such as year-end statements, financial statements, annual general meeting, which will be our next meeting in June, where we outline to our members of the corporation, shareholders such as the people here, who will come out again and will review with us the financial positioning of the municipality. So those are all options, and it again comes down to council's direction as to what level of service they would like.
And the fourth element, this is quite a thorough series of questions. Why do we need a new municipal hall? And I'll just make a comment on that, others may want to. There's no decision to make a new, or to build a new municipal hall. Currently, we pay $80,000-ish a year for to rent the one we're in, which is expensive, and we finance a building in part. But the recommendation of the Civic Facilities Working Group was that that's not a priority. Priority is essentially the rec facility and the arts facility in that combination. And the municipal hall they see as a separate priority, and council could advance it or not, but that's not where they're driving. When they talk about a new community center, they're talking about an arts rec combination. That's what you will hear about later in the day.
Well, the date is planned now for the 24th, I believe, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so on the 24th, it was going to be on the 10th, and it will be essentially the presentation to the public of the work of the Civic Facility Working Group.
Where's that going to be? Is it going to be decided?
Well, we're not quite sure yet, but I would certainly encourage everybody to attend because Richard's comments are not fully informed, and that's the way to get informed. But we will be announcing exactly where.
Great. So I'd like to, the next person on the speakers list is Alfred Hahn. Alfred, yeah.
Yes. On Friday, the Bowen Island Golf Club is going to have a meeting to discuss the recent proposal to transfer the golf course to the municipality. Now, my question to the council is, are you seriously contemplating to take over the golf course?
Well, Brian and I had a meeting. Do you want to report on that, or do you want me to? Brian and I met with the Golf Course Association and with Wolfgang Duntz, who is the owner of the surrounding properties, on Wednesday, and we discussed this issue. There's two options. The municipality could take over ownership of the golf course. Alternatively, and at the suggestion of the Golf Course Association, that it be sort of transferred or remain with the Seymour Bay Foundation or the owner, Wolfgang Duntz, of his corporate enterprise. So Brian is going to be writing a report. We bring that forward to council for consideration. But the recommendation of the Golf Club Association is clear. They would like to see it held in private hands. You know, the issue for the municipality is the potential to assume the liability of the golf course. The golf course looks at it, and I don't want to speak for the golf course, but in general terms, they say, you know, if we get into financial tough times, who's going to bail us out? Municipality, question mark, but the developer of the immediate surrounding lands, who depends heavily on the success of the golf course to be successful for his own development, more likely. So that's really their preference, and Brian's going to put that together and bring it forward to council.
Your worship, one further issue is that it is imperative that we retain that as public area for the community at large. So we want to make sure that it retains its golf course status, no matter what happens, where it ends up.
So it's zoned for a public golf course, and the only option to that would be, should that not be the use, it would revert to farm use. So those are really the only two options. But I think, you know, clearly said, we all have a stake in the successful golf course on Bowen Island. It's clearly shown itself to be an important part of the community and a meeting place and a tremendous asset.
Just on that, just to follow up to that, I remember back when the golf course was all being talked about, isn't there a penalty if it doesn't get transferred over to the municipality?
Embedded in the if the golf course was not offered municipality. The penalty to the owner would be